I can't believe I made it to 3 episodes and nobody like emailed me saying stop this madness. But anyway, I'm here with Captain Jaffa. Guy I met on Twitch. Did I meet you on Twitch? I don't know your origin
Yeah,
story either. Like all three of the people that I've interviewed
it
so
was
far, I don't remember how we met. So I'm guessing through a Twitch stream, right?
it was Twitch. I found you playing Marvel one day, way back in the day.
What? Marvel?
Yeah,
Lies. Total
no,
lies.
it was like a fucking you had like this like ghetto blue layout way back in the day. It was it was a long time ago, and then you started playing KI, and I was like, yo,
All right, okay. I got a question that's been burning in me since like 20 minutes ago. You messaged me before the podcast saying, "Hold up, give you some time. You gotta put your dog to bed." How the hell do you put a dog to bed?
uh, he's got his kennel. We put him. He's
So,
got a he's got a little dog bed and shit in the kennel there at nighttime.
so do you like tuck him in and be like, "Yo, yo, go to
No,
sleep"? All
no,
right,
I was asking.
all right.
Give him food and water and just let him go for the night.
That was the first time I ever heard some shit like that in my life. Like, hold on, bro, let me put my dog to bed. All right, that's what's up. Um, so are you back in the whole hotel industry, or are you still in the?
I have been out of the hotel industry for almost a year come December.
Nah,
December will make it a year.
I remember you absolutely hated it, kinda. Well, you liked the job as I remember, but the pay and all that stuff,
Oh,
right?
the pay was trash. Um, Dealing with people is horrible. It's essentially like customer service. I don't know, anyone that's ever worked a retail or a customer service job in their life would understand. I fucking hate people in general. So, um, but I mean, it was a chill job. Graveyard hours suck. You worked them, I don't know, what, however many years you fucking did it.
Do me a favor. Take your noise gate off. I think it's not, or turn the sensitivity up. Discord is
Okay.
like not picking up some of your words.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
like
was talking kind of quiet.
it's like cutting out some when it doesn't pick up your words.
All right, how about now?
Yeah, I think
Can you hear
you're.
me?
Yeah, I think you're good.
Okay.
We'll just try it and see.
Yeah, I was talking a little quiet because everyone else is in bed, so
All
it
right.
is a school night.
So, are you still in the other industry that you moved on to?
I am in the cannabis industry. Yes, I
All
am. I'm
right.
actually wearing one of my shirts for work at the moment.
All right. Tell folks your job title and what you do.
My job title is lead cultivation associate. I work for TGS Management. Um, Part of my I'm not supposed to say what I do, but fuck it. I
No, no, no. If it's gonna get you in trouble,
uh,
don't. But
I mean,
do this. Tell.
I highly doubt that this is get in trouble. I mean, cannabis. I grow cannabis for a living. That's what I do.
That sounds fancy as hell. Lead cultivation associate.
Associate. Yes, I'm a cultivation associate. I am not a um, director of cultivation, what you would call like someone that's a master grower that's in charge of everything when it comes to growing. Um, I'm like right under that. So,
Wow. In less than a year in the industry.
um, while I already had experience before growing,
Yo, that's the
so
sickest thing ever. Is like walk in, hey, what you want to do? I want to sell some weed. You got
no,
experience?
no, 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 no. I
Hell
don't sell.
yeah. Oh, oh,
That's retail. That's the retail side. I don't have to
oh.
deal with anything retail. I don't deal with any customers, whatever. I just grow the product, we grow the product and ships off through all the fucking regulations it's got to do. It ships over to the stores, and then the stores distribute it.
So you're completely out of the customer service industry.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
See, well, this is actually my second job in this industry. I was working at another one, which I could say whatever the fuck I want about that company. I was supposed to sign a non-disclosure, but they never made me. They didn't find it to be important. If I wanted, I could give out all their growing recipe that they have. But I mean, if anyone wants, whatever.
So did
But
you do the same thing for them, or was it
yes,
a
I
different
was.
job?
I had actually started out working for them as just a trimmer. Originally, I was hired on to become a compliance officer, but they said that I needed to go through my probation period, which was 60 days of working, and then they'd hire me as the compliance because the guy I was working for, I was actually working for an ex NFL football player who
Oh.
owns a dispensary in my town called Freedom Road. Um, he ain't no big thing. His son's more of a bigger star than he was. The guy lasted like a season and fucking got hurt, whatever. Fuck him, he's an asshole.
So, when you say you were gonna be a compliance officer, do you know the details of like the rules and regulations and all of that? Like,
No, not really. Uh, but that place is just was so fucked up. Like they didn't do like you learn the rules and regulations when you go in, but that place just fucking cooked the books, everything. Like just
I mean, like state law wise or whatever. Just for the viewers, guys, he lives in California, so you know it's.
I live in Colorado.
I mean, my bad. Did I say California? Yeah, my bad.
Yes.
Colorado, which of course is like the first state to make the sale of marijuana
Yep.
legal. Um, as far
Cannabis.
as I'm sorry, cannabis. So yeah, you can do like oil and all that stuff. Or do you guys do that? Like
um
sell the oil or
so the
main
company that I work for,
or products from cannabis derived from cannabis?
the company I work for, they have multiple locations, and their Denver locations is where they do where they make the oils, where they make the concentrates, the blasting. Basically, it's made from the actual flower plant, the bud, and it gets sent off, and then they go through their various different processes to make the oils or whatever.
So you don't know what the hell they do with it. You just grow it and ship it, basically.
Yeah, well, I know that there are some things I know how to make, like bubble hash, yada yada, but we don't do any of that. They have their whole other subdivision that takes care of that.
So is it safe to equate what you do to like a Tyson chicken plant? You're like the Tyson chicken plant of marijuana, kinda.
We're a lot cleaner and more humane. I,
Respect.
I wouldn't really compare us to a Tyson chicken plant. I compare us more to oh fuck. I don't know how we like. I was gonna say a mom and pop shop, but it's fucking. I work for a multi-million-dollar corporation now, so I can't really say that.
So what are your like career goals? Like do you plan on staying in the industry and like being a director or like or is this
Um,
just something for you to do to like until the next
dude,
thing?
if I could become a director of cultivation in this industry, which I don't foresee that happening for a long time unless I find another company to work for. Um, I would honestly want to get out of it. I still would much rather prefer to get my degree and work at something else than what I do. But at the moment, I need a job.
I got you. I'm not sure if you know this about me, or even if viewers or listeners that do hear this know this about me. I work in public safety, but my political views are completely different from the average person that works in the field that I work in. Like, I am a straight up libertarian nowadays, and I think that government has no business involved with the sale of drugs and all that. I really feel that people should be able to sell what they want to and to whoever they want to or whatever, you know, and people should be able to buy what the hell they want to. And that's just not for like marijuana or whatever. Like, that's for all drugs, even the hard shit. Do I condone the use of them? No, not at all. Even marijuana, I don't condone the use of marijuana and would tell people not to smoke marijuana. But to sell it and buy it, you should be free to do so without the government saying it's unlawful. Period. That's my thought on it. I don't think government has any business in that field. So what I what I think is that it's eventually gonna come to that point at some time, because the government's gonna kind of, well, not the government but major businesses are gonna want a piece of that pie over time, and like whoever's running that area or whatever over time is gonna be like the kings of the industry. Like, you know, it's a new industry, so I think the people that are in now got a leg up on everybody.
It is very new. There's a lot of these too that I don't see them lasting. Um, just because originally this shit was supposed to be done to where it was going to be regulated just like alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
which if you ever worked in the industry or anything, you would know that it is nothing like that.
Bring your mic back up to your mouth.
This shit is fucking regulated like so fucking dumb and bizarre. They got this division called Metric, METRC, that tracks every single plant from stages from like birth to flower. You know, just it's just fucking stupid. It's a money grabbing system, is what it is. The thing's so flawed and fucking broken. But it's all about compliance because they need to know how much this plant weighed, how much of it was wasted, how much bud actually came off of it that's gonna be sold. Like,
Well,
you don't fucking do you don't do that shit with alcohol.
I think that's a major problem with, not per se with alcohol, but just overall with government. That's why I'm saying government, like the less government regulations in any business, the better. Of course, there's some stuff that makes sense for like population safety or whatever. Of course, you can't like put formaldehyde and and the stuff, you know, or whatever that, you know, and stuff that people are consuming. But there's tons. I think like the deregulation of a lot of this stuff is gonna be what causes the flourishment of it or whatever. So I think like what how you're saying now it's not lasting because of regulations and stuff from big government. Probably, yeah, but I think politically there's gonna be a massive change back to the old days of deregulation, and hey, have at it. Let the free market do what it does or whatever. And I think people are gonna prosper once that happens. Is it gonna happen anytime in the near future? I don't know, but I hope so. I think that's what we need. And then hell, I might even like try to start up some shit. Like I I think on the mass level it's gonna go to where it is legal and it's not heavily regulated. And
Well, it's already um, cannabis itself is already starting to move towards being legalized in more states.
yeah.
The problem it gets with back to the whole politics shit that you're talking about. How you're a libertarian, you got your shit that's all on the far right, like the Republicans. Republicans originally they were all about like you know, let the state governments do their shit. But the problem is now they got too wrapped up in their fucking religious side, Christianity. Don't do this. This is bad. They're all anti-gay, anti-fucking drugs, everything, and that's what's fucking everything up.
I think that's it's kind of split now. It's kind of split now. The guys that most of them hardline Republicans like that are still kind of in control of the party, but that's breaking up. Like it's not. They don't have a stronghold like they used to. Like your John McCain's and crap. Them guys are gonna be dead in a moment, and nobody's listening to them anyway. So, like,
who's the fucking old dude that was talking recently about how never done marijuana, this and that, it's bad. He believes that it will cause you, to do like violent shit or whatever.
I'm not sure who said that. I'm pretty sure he's a damn
It's
lie.
one of Trump's
though.
boys. It's one of Trump's boys.
I'm pretty sure he's a damn lie. That it was it Jeff Sessions?
That might be. Let me look him.
It might have been Sessions. But yeah, whoever it is a damn lie. It was Sessions.
Yes, it was.
Sessions is a damn lie.
He's like 70. He's about to
I like Sessions too. I actually like him, but he's a damn lie or whatever. He's putting on the front or whatever. Cause he's probably gonna be the one under Trump to make it all legal. Like, give it this the end of the first term. That's gonna be one of the wild cards.
The first term?
Yeah, that's gonna be one of the wild cards that they pull to like get a whole new base. They're gonna go, hey, man, Trump made weed legal, man. We gotta vote for Trump. That's gonna be one of the tricks to be pulled. So yeah, for sure. That's just like what they're doing now with immigration. Like Jeff Sessions was a hard line, hey, we gotta deport all these cats type of guy. Right now, the playbook that they're doing with this whole DACA thing is, hey, let's make this legal the right way, legitly, because they could have just kept it like it is and just let the court say, yeah, what Barack Obama did was illegal, rug swept off from underneath them. But instead, they're actually pushing to go the legal, legit route with this and have Congress solidify it, which is actually mind-blowing to me. And it's even more mind-blowing that Democrats are arguing. Like, they should be shutting up right now and just letting Trump talk himself into that corner or whatever. Because it's like, wait a minute, you want Congress to pass a law to let them stay? All right, do it. And they should just call the bluff or whatever. But they're fussing right now, which is crazy. And I think the same thing is gonna happen with weed or whatever. Like,
the perfect analogy was when South Park was making fun of the election, and they're making fun of Hillary Clinton. It's like, just go out there and say that he's a liar and doesn't know what he's talking about, whatever. And fucking Mr. Garrison's portraying Trump, and he's all, just give her the job. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And she's like, my opponent is a liar? And they're like, oh my God, lady, I'm giving it to you. Just take it. And
that's exactly what's happening with the Democrats right now. It's like, wait a minute, do you realize what he's saying? Shut up and let him do it.
They will just. Like,
but instead, they gotta like make him evil and talk all the crap or whatever. And this is weird. Like, I've never seen
it goes
anything
both ways.
Like this.
You just gotta make your
Hold
side.
on,
look
I can't hear you.
The other side.
My theme fell out. Say that again.
I said it goes both ways. You just got to make your side look better than the other side.
Yeah, no matter, even if they're doing what you want, that's what makes it crazy. They're doing what you want, but you still
find
gotta
something to make them look worse than you.
Yeah, man.
It's one of the reasons why I don't know if you ever followed the Young Turks.
I absolutely hate the Young Turks. I watch them, but I absolutely hate them politically.
No, I'm with you on that 100%. I used to fucking love their show. I used to watch their shit all the time, and then they just, I don't know what fucking tangent those motherfuckers went off on. I was just like, what the fuck happened to this show? This is, like, you guys can all go fuck yourselves. The same thing with Alex Jones on InfoWars.
Now, the opposite end of that, I was just about to mention Alex Jones. The wonderful thing, the major difference about the Young Turks and Alex Jones is that Alex Jones goes all off, like, and goes on some pretty wild tangents and says some pretty off the wall things. But man, that shit is entertaining as hell. like Alex Jones will do this thing where he's talking and then he just stops. And I have to go, wait, did the video pause? And then when I'm about to like see if I need to hit play, he'll just start back talking. I'm like, yo, that's some next level stuff right there. Yeah, Alex Jones is entertaining as hell, man. I was like, wait a minute, you what?
I'll agree with you. It's entertaining, but my fucking God, the shit that he says is just, and people eat it up and believe him. I mean, I used to work with people
Some
that
of the stuff
took,
that he says is true though, and it's
well,
some of
they
the
took
crazy stuff
everything
that
that
he
he fucking
says.
said as truth. You know, like everything he said was absolute truth. You know, like Alex Jones and his people are the ones that are like, yo, like the one I use as an example is the Sandy Hook shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
like that's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, I think he
yep,
actually finally backtracked on that, like recently or whatever.
dude,
Like, but it took him
I
like a year and a half or 2 years to finally backtrack and go, "Yeah, I'm
I would
sorry."
get into arguments with people at work, like, nah, all those people are alive. They're all actors and shit. And I work with people now in the industry that I'm in that are like, Alex Jones is our savior, you know. All I ever hear is like I'll hear shit like about Obama. I work with this old guy who talks about Obama's winning the election. And he's like, that was a trick perpetrated on the American people by some fucking conspiracy organization. Like he's an old guy, conspiracy there's cool as fuck, but he's a whack job. Like he's an old burnout, but he's just out there. He's always talking about Michelle Obama's a man. Look at her. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's my
oh my
favorite one
God.
recently. He dropped that video like really recent. Well, not just well, the latest video on that was like last week, and it was just entertaining as hell because like she's walking down these steps and like her little dress is like flinging everywhere, and she like a moves, puts her hand there in the crotch area real quick, and he pauses it and he's like, "Look right there." Looks like a big old snake to me. And it's just to me it looks like, just her dress is like, crunched up or whatever, and it
She's just trying to
looks
cover up.
he's like, it's got a damn cucumber in her pants. It's just hilarious or whatever. I absolutely love watching Alex Jones because some of the stuff is true, but then some of the other stuff is just out there. And either way, it's all entertaining, especially watching him
Yeah,
react to it.
the biggest one recently with going back to the Young Turks, why another one why I'm just like, man, these people could just fuck themselves, is a cop pulled over a chick and she didn't want to move or take her hands off anything, and it's like, and sarcastically, the cop shouldn't have said it, but like the title was like, cops say they only kill black people
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
that controversy.
But he said it fucking
Yeah.
sarcastically. He's like, don't you watch the news? We only kill black people. It's like,
Yeah.
it was sarcastic.
And he
Come
got
on.
fired for that, man.
Yes.
Like
It's
I
like
can even
I
understand
can't.
like a disciplinary action, like like a verbal warning or maybe even a day suspension or something, just for the recklessness. But to be fired for like people don't even have a soul. Like it's like if you didn't understand how he said that or whatever, you
You
obviously
could fucking hear in his voice.
yeah. It's like you're
Like,
obviously dead inside, or you just, pushing your political bias and just trying to get people screwed up or whatever.
well, like
It's,
fucking the Young Turks, they took that shit and they fucking tore that guy apart. Like, I was like, wow, this is like, at first I thought they were going to be like, oh, it was going to be some like guys, saying, yeah, that's all we do. No, it's this cop being all sarcastic, and then Anna Kasparian just fucking goes on off the end with it, like, this is just disgusting. Look at this. It's like, oh, fucking, what is wrong with you people?
so what do you think about the frogs being gay? Are you
About
familiar
what?
with that one? The frogs being gay. Are you familiar with
Um,
that one?
I am
That's
not.
that's a Alex Jones one where he talks about government conducting these experiments or whatever with chemicals and stuff, and that it turns male frogs gay, and people like mock him like from here to China with that or whatever. And turns out I went to digging into that one. That was he's like kind of maybe exaggerating, but you can say it's true. Like the chemicals somehow like change the behavior of the frogs or whatever, and like change their like organs or whatever to like have like female organs and shit, even though they were male frogs. and like it's like scientific research that like backs it up or whatever, and they like started freaking what's the word, producing eggs and shit, like male frogs. And so he turned that into, hey, they're turning the frogs gay, keep your eyes out or whatever, and people mocked them, but it's like, yo, this kind of true
like,
or whatever.
wouldn't that then be more of a hermaphrodite than being gay?
What the thing is that they kind of display like, like sexual tendencies toward for other male frogs. So male frogs and male frogs, pretty much gay.
Well,
It's a reach, but either way, they like mock them like, this can't be true. Frogs are just frogs. Government isn't spraying chemicals to change frogs and all that. That's what people were saying, and it's kind of true or whatever. It was.
well, I mean, I could see some of Alex Jones' audience taking that and then flipping it like, oh, that's why we got gay humans.
I was thinking the same
'Cause-
way, and like I was thinking like the other side of that was gonna be like, see, like me as a male, I can be, maybe my body can change and I can legit be a woman. Who are you to tell me? That's because if the frogs can do it, us humans can do it. Speaking of which, I had Kuja is Loved on earlier today, who's a transgender fighting game player. Where do you stand at with the whole, like, are you like pro transgenderism or like
I don't give a fuck. You do whatever the fuck you want. That's how I feel about it.
I feel the same way, but with a catch. The whole movement is what I'm anti. Like, I'm not anti because like me and Kuja, we're cool. I have no problems with Kuja or whatever. We play
just cool people.
We play games and stuff, and I see him at tournaments and stuff. When we're good, we cool or whatever. And I don't care what the hell you do or what the hell you say you are. But the whole movement that says yo Murph or yo Jafa, you gotta call me this because I identify as this, and
That's fucking dumb.
And you gotta teach your
I'm sorry.
kids. You gotta teach your kids this too, or whatever. That whole movement is getting on my everlasting nerves, or whatever.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. That's fucking dumb. Like I the whole bathroom shit and
Yeah.
everything else, transgender, cisgender, whatever. I mean, I don't give a fuck what you do. But like, if I'm not gonna like, say I meet you as a male, and it's like, all right, you're a fucking dude, whatever. Then you go and fucking have your sex change. I've already known you for years as a dude, so I mean, my younger sister's best friend, her mother actually became a man and is now her dad. And I get confused from time to time. I'm like, so your mom? It's like, it's my dad. It's like, yeah, but that's the one that gave birth to you. That's your mom. So I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I saw this.
The whole movement's stupid. I mean, there's a whole lot of fucking movements that are stupid.
I saw this
right
article earlier today where they're talking about, I forgot which college it was, but they're pushing for tampons and such and like pads in the men's restroom because men can menstruate too now, was their statement and their logic behind it or whatever. It's
Well,
like,
you just solve
it's
the
like,
just
no,
solve
they're
the
fucking.
problem.
It's like they're fucking women, but they're pretending to be men. Don't say that men can menstruate or whatever. That's not true.
If you want to solve the
Unless they're
problem,
turning them
fucking
gay like the
Put the vending
frogs.
machine outside, man. Just put the vending machine outside.
That'll work too. Like, well, no, they're gonna claim, privacy issues and all that.
Fuck privacy issues. I mean, everyone. Why you gotta be private? Everyone, like female, like they all menstruate, whatever.
Yeah, and like it's a bit secret.
Everybody shits. Everyone, whatever. It's fucking privacy. Fuck off with that shit. Like, as long as you ain't fucking staring in and watching someone piss or shit, that's a different. Give them privacy there. But you gotta get products. You go to fucking Walmart and you buy that shit in public.
Yeah, true. Speaking of taking dumps, I did not know this. Yeah, man. Hey, we're gonna talk about everything. I did not know this. I did not know that, like, a lot of Muslim communities. I'm not sure if they do that over here, but like overseas or whatever, I didn't know they use their hand to like wipe or whatever. Yo,
I,
I saw you. I saw you jump there.
I choked.
Like
Um,
I didn't
I
know
thought that
that.
I thought that was more for the poor, like like overseas. I didn't know that they do that shit here.
No, no, no. I'm saying I don't know if they do that shit here, but yeah, I didn't know that like people just like do that or whatever. Like I
I
didn't
would
know that.
assume. I would assume. Well, that's why they always tell you like, um, pick which hand you eat with because the other one you use to clean your shit.
But like I didn't know they were like literally taking that hand with
No, they
nothing
literally took
on
the
it.
hand and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I
took
was
that
like,
shit
what
out.
the hell? Like, wow, that was news to me, man. I was blown away
Well,
by
that's
that.
like, I mean, that's like, I don't know if you know any Hispanic people, like maybe people from Mexico, South America, the further down south countries. Their plumbing system does not, it's not designed to take toilet paper. So, like, if you ever been to a public restroom or worked in somewhere where you had to clean a public restroom and you see a bunch of toilet paper full of shit in the trash can next to you, it's the
Ah,
because of that. That what they're from back home, they can't put that shit in their toilet.
it'll
Like
screw
I
it
never
up.
knew that, and I used to get pissed at cleaning bathrooms. I worked fast food. It's like, why do they throw their shitty toilet paper in the fucking trash can? Like I'd be furious. And I worked with the buddy of mine from El Salvador. It's like, and he explained it to me. It's like, well, that's why. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Now I learned something.
The
They still need to
cultures.
throw it in the toilet here. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to fucking clean that.
All right. Oh, yeah. That reminds me, man. Not Captain Jaffa. You're Captain Jaffa. Kara Council, man. I'm really like worried about Kara Council. You know, he's in Puerto Rico and he's probably about to get smacked with this storm. They've already lost power, I think. And I was seeing where like the major power companies are saying they probably won't have power for about 4 to 5 months,
Damn.
which is insane. Especially if they actually get like major flooding, that's gonna be jacked up like big time. And I didn't know they got like major infrastructure issues anyway. Kara was telling me about back in September how they had like just a random power outage and like something went down with their grid or whatever and like power was out on the whole island for like 3 or 4 weeks, I think he said. Something like that. Which is crazy. He was like, yeah man, it could just happen here at any moment. It's like everybody loses power on the whole island except for like the super rich. Which is just crazy. I can't even imagine like living here at home and just like power going out and just being out for 3 or 4 weeks randomly, not because of any natural disaster. So yeah, that
And
Irma is headed straight to them or whatever, and they've already
we're just
lost
too
power.
we're just too accustomed to uh, this higher standard of living that we have. I guess you would call it.
Yeah, I think there would be probably absolute chaos if like there was issues on that nature on not just like I think one city could handle it like a large city like how Houston was, but even they had like power in multiple places, but like a multi-city wide scale power outage,
Chaos.
man, people would be going nuts here. Like yeah, I'm pretty sure there'll be like all types of killing and all types of stuff, man.
Killing and looting
Yeah,
left and right.
we would just like eat ourselves alive. For real, I have no faith in us being
That's why
good
I
people.
fucking hate. I hate people. I do not like people whatsoever. I'm a fucking recluse. I don't deal with people unless I have to.
Man,
I
yep,
have.
it's crazy. And then like what's even crazy is like after it hits him, it can possibly curve up and hit my area where I'm at or whatever. Lucky for
Oh
me,
yeah.
lucky for me that week I'm headed up to like North Georgia and I won't be here. My family will be here. So I'm probably gonna like direct them maybe somewhere like nearby in a hotel to hold up or something if it heads this way. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's natural selection, I call it.
Damn. So yo, really? So you think that the hurricane's just there to wipe me out just to make way for?
Well, I'm a firm believer in natural selection. I'm not saying you in general, but I am a firm believer in it.
Okay. So
Like,
even like the
like I always quote,
earthquakes, all that. You think all that's like?
I always quote Eric Harris. If you don't know who Eric Harris is, he was one of the kids that he was one of the shooters of Columbine High School.
Hmm.
And I always quote Eric Harris with because he was a firm believer in natural selection. He was a bit of a fucking whack job, but he used to say, we should just take all the fucking warning labels and everything off of pills and just let natural selection take its course and see how many people drop. Yeah, some cool people, some good people are gonna go in the process, but
You,
let
I
nature run its course.
I had a similar view. I no longer think like that, but I had a similar view process on that back when this was like in the dead middle of the after the recession where everybody was struggling and stuff or whatever. And my viewpoint was kind of similar. I was saying like as far as here in the US or whatever, like all like unemployment benefits, welfare, all of that stuff or whatever, government needs to just drop all of it. And what I used to think was what's gonna happen is that crime rates would like skyrocket, people would take to the streets, there'll be murders, everything, it'll be chaos. And I used to think that basically from that, the people that survive would be, only the strong survive, and the civilization after that would, be a whole lot better or whatever. That used to be my thought process. I've become sort of a softie now, and I don't want everybody to die no more. So yeah, I
Well,
no longer have that thinking or thought
like
process. So.
I don't like to have to see people die or want to see people die. I mean, but there is some scum out there that I wouldn't mind if they just fucking killed over.
Now
Like,
I kind of feel that way about the North Korea situation. I feel like all right, if these people are a threat to the entire existence of the world, because all they have to do is once they get the capability to actually launch one of their missiles with a nuclear warhead, which they probably have that capability now. All they have to do is one. All it takes is one day Kim Jong Un wakes up and goes, "Fuck it, let's do it," and then that sets off us retaliating, and then possibly China retaliating for us retaliating, and then Russia jumping in, and we're at full scale nuclear war.
so on.
So
Yep.
I think is we should just go ahead and go like make the strike on them and just wipe them out. And if they do retaliate, they're not really probably going to be able to retaliate and hit us. It's probably going to be Japan or most likely South Korea. Yeah, those are a whole bunch of innocent people, but oh well, fuck it. It'll be about a good 100,000 or so. But shit, I'm at the point where we should just get rid of them, just wipe them out completely.
I can kind of agree in a way with you on that. Um, but then it goes back again to the innocent people and shit. They have no idea what's actually going on in the world because
Yeah, they have no information at all.
they have what's controlled by their fucking
Yeah.
dictator and shit. The same goes for China. You know, they have no like
Yeah.
real information either.
Well,
Well, not
technically
all of
not,
China,
because
not
I
all of
had
China.
some Chinese homies that were like on
There's
Facebook, and they get around the firewall and stuff.
Yeah, my one of the guys I actually grew up with, my best friend's younger brother. He's actually in Beijing.
Hmm.
He's been in Beijing for the last 2 years now. He's a physicist. He's just out there doing research. But yeah, he says a lot of the shit that he sees is just a lot of the media is very censored out there.
Yeah,
So, so
yeah, I
that's
used.
why I mean, you know, I that's why I kind of disagree because those people have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Like looking at like the dad. What was he Kim? Was it Kim Jong Il? I think that was his name or whatever. Like they like worshipped him almost like a god or whatever and stuff. Like if you go and just like look at videos of his funeral, and like how is it possible that 100,000 people are like all sobbing in tears, like 100,000 people? Like I'll be lucky to get like one person sobbing crying at my funeral.
You
His...
got stashed at your funeral crying.
and this guy's like, a whole stadium full of people, 100,000. They're all like, no, why? It's like, come on, man, you got some serious brainwashing going on to be able to pull that one off or whatever. That's
Yeah, but
crazy.
all it takes is just one fucking crazy person to lead you. That's all you need is one fucking whack job. Look at Hitler.
Yeah, that's what's amazing. Like all the like, I noticed like with all the massive changes that have gone on in the world, there's been like a movement that the person's created, but it's always been like one key person.
Yep.
To do some crap like
the same. The same goes with religion. I mean, I know.
I was just about to bring that up, but go ahead.
I know you're a religious kind of fella, aren't you?
Yes, I am, but
were?
not. Yes, I am, but not in the sense like how most people think. But yeah, I look at it from a totally different perspective. Like I don't go, oh no, you can't say this or you can't do that. I look at it, you like point out something like what I was gonna say is like Jesus or whatever. Like he's one of those guys I'm talking about. This one guy just came and like changed up the whole script. Like these Jews were like following these rules, that rule, and this guy came around and was like, "Hey, bro, all that stuff you thought, that's kind of wrong. Follow me, fam.
I'm the son of God."
Yeah, it's like follow me, fam, and change the world. One guy. Even though, he wasn't a normal guy, but still one guy. MLK, like all these guys. Like, yeah, just one guy. Genghis Khan. like how do these, how do you do that? Like, who's the next guy? That's what I'm always on the lookout for, is who's the next one guy. Thank God it wasn't one girl, Hillary Clinton. Thank God. But anyway.
Oh, come on, Murph. No, like, with the religion thing, like a lot of it's scare tactics and shit. I mean, you saw it with the Catholic Church in like during the Crusades and in the early time. It's like, oh, I sinned. Well, you have to give the church money.
Yeah, they was like just murking cats left and right. Like
yeah, and it's funny because it's that same shit is still going on now, and we think that we're beyond what they were doing back then because we're more civilized. You're teaching the same, especially Christians. I just have to, I'll throw those motherfuckers down all day just because I love pissing off Christians for one. But they really piss me off because they're fucking con artists. I've always said if I really wanted to like fucking make money, all I gotta go into that game. I could become a fucking preacher, man.
Yeah.
Tax-free money. I just need a place of worship and get a couple of people in here. It's like, yo, give me fucking 30% of your paycheck every 2 weeks. And
we had this guy locally named Reverend Roosevelt Franklin. Oh man, if you could have seen this guy, like when I was a kid, he would come on like right before wrestling would on like Saturday mornings or whatever. He'd come on, he'd like have his hair slicked back in a ponytail. Had like not just one gold watch, but he had like 3 gold watches on his wrist, rings, all this stuff. And I legit kid you not, he said this one time on the air. He was like, you send me a check for blah blah blah, and you will be prosperous or whatever. And he just kept getting carried away, and he was like, if you send me $50 in the envelope today, I guarantee you will hit the lottery next week. And I'm like, wait a minute, come and do it. Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, now who's gonna fall for that one? And like, but he was on TV for like years.
Okay, so like they fucking they get a lot of old people with that shit. They just send the shit out in the mail. where they say, you send us this money, then you're gonna get this much back. Well, now you gotta send even more money, and then, they end up fucking taking all these old people's money. They do this shit all the time. We got a fucking guy that does it here at this church here, and it's how it's legal. I don't fucking understand, because the whole separation of church and state. You're fucking conning people. You're fucking con artists. Now, going with that, I have to go back to God, it had to be about 2012, maybe 2013. I don't know. I was dating this girl. I put like way too much work that I should have. She was super hardcore, crazy Christian, and that's how I found out about this reverend or whatever the fuck they call them in the Christian churches, pastor. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
They're dickheads, and me being me, I didn't believe in God at the time. Uh, at that time, I was like, yeah, I'm an atheist. That's what I would say. Now, I don't say I'm an atheist. I'm just like, no, I don't believe in God. I believe in the universe. But regardless, going back to then, this motherfucker, I remember she fucking got me to go to church, and this motherfucker's up there telling all these people, you're you're the chosen ones. We're the chosen ones. Starts talking about Jews and everyone. They're all wrong. They're gonna burn in hell. But not you guys. You guys are up here every Sunday following me, and you're going into heaven, this and that. And this bitch turns and looks at me and goes, I'm chosen. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, and then he talks about them being chosen. It's like, now we're gonna start passing around the collection plate, yada yada yada. Give us money so that way you can guarantee your spot. I'm being chosen. That way we could keep this place going and work, up and running. This motherfucker, I went to school with his daughter, which I didn't know was his daughter until I went to, this fucking church with this other chick. Well, these were the most fucked up people I've ever met in my goddamn life, especially his daughter. I got stories I could tell you about this fool's daughter that would just make you laugh your ass off. Like that involved me, okay? But
Hey, you're on the podcast. My podcast is anything goes. You got to give us one. You can't just say that and not spill something.
well, I'll get there then. I'll get to this fucking slutty whore daughter later. But
All right.
I usually don't whore bash, okay? I don't whore bash, but if I'm in the middle of the bar and you haven't seen me in like 7 years and you walk up to me and start talking to me and grab me by the junk while you're talking to me, you're trash, dude.
The
Sorry.
the preacher's daughter.
Yes. But like anyway though, like this guy had these people so fucking brainwashed. About 2012, 2013, whenever that fucking blood moon happened.
Yeah.
I love astronomy, so I'm pumped as shit. It's like, yo, blood moon's coming up. I gotta view this shit. And like I'm trying to get her to come with us, but not the preacher's daughter, the chick that I'm dating at the time. And my buddy's big into astronomy too. He's got like big old telescope and everything. He's like, yo, we're gonna go out where it's all fucking dark and the fucking boonies and shit, so we could look at this motherfucker. It's like, come with us. No, I have to go to church. It's in the middle of the night. I told her, it's like, no, I have to go to church. Why? Jesus is coming.
Oh, yo, on the
I
blood
went,
moon.
what? Like, yeah, because like
Wow.
there was multiple blood moons, and she goes, Jesus is coming. Like, what the fuck do you mean Jesus is coming? Well, and she goes on this big old spiel of explaining why this many fucking lunar eclipses means that Jesus Christ is coming back, and we have to be at the church because the rapture is going to happen.
Wow. So this was it for her.
Yes, I was like I legit, I went, you're 20 years old and you think the rapture is going to happen right now, tonight. It's like, well, yeah, that's what the Bible says. I'm like, and like at this point, I was like, I'm sorry, but that's fucking stupid, and you are fucking dumb for believing this. Like, are you guys selling your house and shit too, your family? No. It's like, well, everyone's gonna die tomorrow, tonight, right? That's why you guys are spending the night at the fucking church. Fucking Bill's up there telling you guys, come up here because Jesus is coming tonight.
Wow.
Give us your money. And then, like it's It's fucking fear, man. Like they
I want
control
to
you by
know
fear.
what happened afterwards. So
Oh,
next day, what's the story then? Cause
well, she was very angry and very pissed off at me. Like, I tell
at
her
you,
like at me because I told her it was fucking stupid. I was like, it's fucking dumb. I can't believe you believe this. You're foolish. Well, the next day, me being the asshole that I am, I'm like, so did Jesus come last night?
yo, you led off with that, man.
Yeah, like
Oh
I
man,
said,
yo,
I made sure to.
you stone
I,
cold, man.
I sent her a text in the morning, like, did Jesus come last night? Fuck you. This is important to me and my family. It wasn't this time. It's like, like back east, a lot of people lives are ruined because they fucking followed guys like your pastor, like your fucking preacher. They sold their homes and everything they have. They have nothing left. There's people fucked all over. And you guys were like dumb enough to follow that too, all out of fear. And I got to the whole thing like, like the rapture is not even really in the Bible. That's just some shit that they added to kind of scare you. Like if you go back and actually read that shit's nowhere in there.
Well, sorta, kinda.
Yeah, come on, Murph. Come Murph.
Not the thing that you see in the movie about. There's like you're gonna get like sucked up into the twilight in the clouds and all that stuff. Yeah, all that's bull. But I want to kind of go because I'm a Christian. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go turn this conversation just a little bit and talk
Okay.
about your boys. Well, everybody's boys who's getting all the sympathy these days, and I don't know why. Because I'd rather have the money hungry pimps or whatever, because I can just be like, yeah, you're full of shit, and just ignore them or whatever. And, for the people that get suckered by them, that's on them. But these other cats, these bakalaka dakas,
Well, a lot of these.
these,
Hold on. Okay, I'm glad you brought that them up because we're gonna talk about them too. But like you're saying, the ones that are getting suckered in. A lot of these people that are getting suckered in are a lot of the older people, a lot of the older generation who grew up, hey, do this or else God's gonna punish you. They can, like their parents whooping them. It's like that's because like whatever God said not to fuck up like this. And now here we are. They always say God's lost. There's God, no more God in people anymore. But still, we're like
man, that's on them. You
going
gotta
back to that
grow
one.
up at some time and realize, like, what's actually going on, and like take a look
Yes,
around
yes,
and
yes,
go,
yes.
hey, wait a minute, that don't.
See, like my great grandmother was a fucking hardcore Catholic, man, like crazy hardcore Catholic. Like that's why I don't believe in God now because
Now,
I grew up with
now,
fucking crazy Catholics.
that group is the worst of them all. Like, man,
Like
it's so much about
like I'm
them that
talking,
I
I'm
just.
Murph. I'm talking. I had people in my family that during Lent, I had a great uncle that during Lent he would not wear shoes and he only ate crackers and drank water every day. I don't mean like just no meat on Fridays and this and that. Like
Yeah, he went
which
full
actually,
on, got rid of all the
which
habits
yeah,
and stuff.
because it was like a full on like if you actually real Catholics don't eat meat on Friday all year, not just on Lent, like no, regardless, it's all the time. No meat on Fridays. I don't know where this fucking rule came from, but I mean, hey, you ate a hamburger today, you're going to hell. I mean, but like that's the kind of shit that I grew up with, and even as a little kid, I always just like, well, why? I mean, I'm in Sunday school, like, well, God did this, God flooded, talk about Noah's Ark and shit. God flooded the earth. Why? Well, because he had to kill everybody. Why? Because there was too much bad stuff. Why? Because don't ask questions. That's how that's how it is. Because God said so. You
Yeah.
don't question your creator. But I'm sorry for interrupting, going off
Which is
tangent.
funny because there's one person who kept questioning him over and over, and it's like, why do people say that when like Moses like did it all the time? There's always like these special people who are like, hey bro, what's up? What's going on? And like, and people never pointed at it. Don't ask why. It's like, wait a minute, these cats ask why. And then, well, they special. Like, damn.
Yeah, like you're
but
not special, but
but
God's got your whole life planned out like that. That there's the whole there you got your group of people that believe in the whole destiny shit, where like you have no control over your life, but yet God gives you free will.
yeah, like which one is
So,
it?
yeah, they're
Oh,
like God gave us free will, but we don't control our lives. God has our whole life planned out for us.
which
Whatever the fuck you believe, man.
so now, like I said, I'd rather have that than the other system, which is like Mu Muhammad Salam Jafari coming by, knocking on my door, asking me, "Is Jesus my Lord and Savior? Do I, worship Allah?" And if I use the fighting game terminology, if I do the wrong answer on the 50-50 mix up, I'm getting my head chopped off or getting shot in the head. Like
Okay,
that's
okay.
that's
Thank you for bringing that.
hardcore. That's
No,
way
no,
hardcore
no, no.
than
I'm so glad you brought that up. I actually got into an argument about an older dude with an older dude about this same topic at work. Nowhere in the Quran do they justify any sort of killing or say there's
I, I
any type of
I know, but the problem is, it's just like with how you say the Catholics or whatever, like where do you get that rule from over time? Interpretations and further writings from other people,
it's you
like
got your
changes that or whatever, and that those further writings like got them all like twisted into that or whatever. I forgot the guy's name. It's one of those one guy things again. Like this one guy came along and started expanding. I think we lost Jafa. Jafa, are you still there? Dang, that sucks. Yeah, I think we lost Jafa. Um, not sure what happened. Yep, Jaffa's gone. Give me a sec, guys. We'll try to see if we can get Jaffa back in here. While we're trying to get Jaffa back, yo, I recognize the chat right now. Conan, what's up? DC, what's up? We're just talking, man. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with talking. You ain't gotta call me out like that. Who all's in here? Still, I'm not sure if those two guys are still in here. If y'all got any questions or any input, let us know in the chat. Um, Let me see if I can message him. Yo, Jaffa, where you at? Alright, so still trying to get him back. I'm guessing he lost internet connection. Yeah, because he's completely gone now. Yeah, he said he just messaged me saying Comcast bodied him, so we'll wait to get him back. So y'all just stuck with me right now. Yeah, I know I need a haircut. I'm looking kind of rough, but that's all right though. He should be back shortly. Yeah, so we're going like I had to defend Christianity just a little bit, man. You can't just like ride out on the Christians without getting some blowback. You gotta talk about the Muslims because I think they're screwing up way worse, way worse. Because anybody could just no harm, no foul, just passing around the collection plate. Shout out to Joel Osteen. Yeah, he didn't hurt nobody. But these cats running around chopping off heads left and right. I ain't with that. That's on some next level. Internet went down. I can use Discord on phone. Okay, so he's gonna use Discord on phone. Alright, so oh man, how long have we been talking? Dang, it seems like we've been talking longer. We were right at an hour. So he's gonna get back in here in a second, I hope. And now he's saying if it ever connects. So man, this sucks if we don't get him back. We should probably we'll probably what I'll probably do is a two-parter with Jaffa. Just to like, not have to worry about issues or whatever. We'll try to catch him another time. So if he gets back in here, I'll probably end it and then we'll do like a two-parter. I'll try to catch him tomorrow. I got a busy day tomorrow, or should I say today since it's past. It's like 1:15. And my phone just went dead. Hooray. Shout outs to technical difficulties. Alright, so this is a crappy way to end it, but I'm gonna give him a few more minutes, see if he gets in there. And either way, if he gets in here, I'm just gonna let him say his peace outs, and we're definitely gonna try again later today if he has time. But this is really fun and interesting because I really want to get into his thoughts about, Muslims going ham. Well, they were going ham for like the last, 5 years. And then we'll probably talk about some video game stuff, fighting game community stuff, which I know he's kind of like dropped out of now. But we'll try to catch all of that next go around. Alright, if anybody also has ideas for anything to add to the podcast, stuff y'all want to see, anything, always let me know. Hit me up on Twitter at PrinceMurphy99. You can always find me there and give me suggestions or whatnot. I kind of want the format to remain just free form and just talk about anything. Like we started out just talking about him being a weed grower, and somehow it morphed into like talking about the rapture. I don't know how we got there, but hey, we got there. So stuff like that's fun. Just talking about what's going on in the world and what's going on in your own life. Unlike whoever that was in the chat, it's like, yo, we on some bitch talk or whatever. It's just, hey, it's good to just talk about what's happening. Alright, so oh snap, then I think I lost the Discord connection too. Man, yeah, that's rough. So yeah, I'm gonna sign it off. That's gonna be it for the stream and for this podcast. And we'll just try to do part 2 with Jafa on later today or whatever. So I have that uploaded. Hope everybody that's watched or heard this enjoyed. Peace, be tough.